founded the Gentle Trauma Release Institute, I had a bit of a dilemma around whether to actually put the word trauma into the name. I personally had clarity on the fact that trauma was the root cause of many, if not most, of the challenges that clients bring to the coaching table. It just became blatantly obvious that even the problems like procrastination, feeling stuck and unable to move forward in life, or self-sabotage, low self-confidence, are caused by trauma or living in survival mode all the time. This is why I developed the Gentle Trauma Release method to begin with, so that powerful trauma release and de-traumatization could be offered to clients even in a coaching setting. But at the time, when I was just founding the Institute several years ago, I wasn't sure if the world was ready to see things the way I did, meaning trauma being the root cause of so many challenges and problems, even in the problems that typically draw people to coaching. After all, I was a professor of coaching in an international coaching school at the time, and the scope of my teaching was wider than trauma. I didn't want my students to think that the method I created is just about trauma. In my view, trauma release work needed to become an integral part of one's coaching toolkit. Regardless, I decided to keep the name as it was, the Gentle Trauma Release Institute, offering a comprehensive training in the Gentle Trauma Release method. And then, perhaps as a result of the pandemic and the social unrests happening in so many countries in the last few years, just like that, the world began to see trauma. The world began to realize that trauma is at the root cause of many problems and challenges. It began to see just how widespread trauma really is. The emotional and mental well-being crisis really stems from traumatized individuals, communities, and society at large. If we practitioners want to be able to support our clients' emotional and mental well-being, we really need impeccable, reliable, efficient trauma skills. Your clients will need help with trauma to one degree or another because trauma disrupts the lives of anyone who experiences it in some way. And even if the client was fortunate enough to have a trauma-free life just a couple of years ago, there will certainly be at least some traumatization after what humanity went through in the last couple of years and what is still ahead of us. One of the things that I keep hearing from my Gentle Trauma Release students is I'm realizing that almost everyone is traumatized. Yes, we are at a point where you just won't be able to serve your clients if you don't have a solid understanding of trauma. At the very least, as a minimum, you want to practice a trauma-informed approach. However, if you want to smoothly and successfully navigate into the new era of coaching, you want to be able to truly help your clients with the root cause of their challenges. You want to actually know how to help them release their trauma for good and how to provide long-lasting trauma resolution. A coaching practice without this is unsustainable because most of your clients will carry trauma to one degree or another.